Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Ricardo. I will be host for today. Talk and Talk is a language platform. The purpose is practicing English, try to learn and try to become more fluently, more. I believe that sometimes it's hard to study, is a little tired or something. So the purpose to Talk and Talk is let this learning easier or more attractive. Besides English, Talk have another languages like Chinese, Italian, and the others languages. So for today, we have five friends on the same room, and they would like to introduce ourselves and answer the question. You could choose the number one, the first one, or choose another one. Please, Danielle, could you introduce and answer the question? You are muted, my friend.
Okay. Good
Great.
morning. I'm Daniel Bernardo. I lived in Caraí, the metropolitan region of Ceará, and I
Nice.
I work with cloud computing. I live with my wife and my orange cat.
Oh, great.
In my free time, I like cycling, going to the beach, play video games, and watch series, and that's it. And go ahead, the question number one. Should it, should the death penalty be abolished in the worldwide? And in my opinion, yes. I believe, but I believe yes, but not just for the cause of the punishment itself. I believe that the more the more serious a crime is, uh, but the severity the punishment should be, obvious. And more the individual should give the back return to society. I agree that the that penalty is don't have any return for society. A criminal person should be required to work for the rest of the life, in my opinion. As serving a free label for the state or government, né? Providing the great return for society, né? It's my opinion for this topic.
Okay, very great. Well, Karina, could you introduce yourself and answer the question, please? And one more time, congratulations for Karina and another woman from the YouTube.
Thank you, Ricardo. Good morning, everyone. My name is Karina. I live in a small city next to Viçosa, Minas Gerais. I live with my mom and my fiance, plus my dog Campeiro. Um, I work in the marketing area as a marketing specialist.
Oh, yeah.
In my free time, I like to go for a walk with my dog. I like to watch TV, see movies, and I like to sleep as well and
Yeah.
rest. And I'm here to try to improve my speaking because I don't like to study language at all. I think it's
Yeah.
very difficult to me, but I'm trying to improve this for my career.
Yeah, that's your English is rock, Karina. Go ahead, you are
Thank you.
working a good job.
Um, it's a really difficult question because
Yeah.
um, um, I don't know. Sometimes I think the death penalty could be the the case to do in because sometimes the crime is so bad, so serious that you feel like you have to really punish that person. But the prison system is so fail. I don't know, because it's difficult to have sure if you are with the right person, if that person commit the crime. So it's difficult to say sometimes. And um I don't know. I think depends. If you have sure that person commit the crime, and it was a really serious crime, I think death penalty can be fair for that case. But in the other hand, it's difficult to apply in the reality, because we know that we have very problems to define about who commit the crime, and if it is serious enough. So depends. I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry. Yes, just an opinion. The purpose of this immersion, the topic is, yeah, it's just an opinion. It's not necessary start a fight or something because of that. So, and normally you could learning. Uh, sometimes you when the information come from a specific side, doesn't matter if you good or not. I don't agree. It's sad, in my opinion. Go ahead, Lucas.
So I introduce myself and answer the question, right?
Please.
So uh, I'm Lucas. I am 30 years old. I live in Guarulhos. I live with my fiance, but not right now because she's studying abroad
Oh,
until July. So we live together again in July.
oh,
Uh,
so miss him.
I yeah, it's
So
difficult,
miss
but
her,
it's
actually.
working. It's working. Uh, I work in the finance sector as a strategy manager. Uh, I like to, during my free time, I like to go to the gym, to watch movies, just as Karina and Danielle, and to read books, and to train my English in talk and talk. And that's it. Nice to know you people.
Great.
And answering this question, it's a tough question, as Karina said,
Yeah, I agree.
because I am in a very specific thinking time right now, because I've always been against death penalty. I've always been against because I think it's so cruel, and we end up almost being a criminal too because you kill a people. And as Karina said, we have so many failures in our system, justice system and police system, that we could end up uh, killing someone that doesn't have the that are not a bad person, that did nothing and end up killed because of some failures in our investigation and things like that. But right now we are seeing so many cruelty, so many cruel crimes,
Yeah,
like this 17 years old
Victoria.
woman who got killed. Yeah, and some cases, I think in Pinheiros, where a guy was being assaulted and got killed uh, from nothing, without even doing nothing against the criminal in the situation.
Yeah,
That I am starting to think about, if we shouldn't have more tough penalties. I don't know if
yeah,
a death penalty, but some more tough penalties, because what we see is that the guy go to the jail and stay there for like 3 or 4 years, and go to the streets again and end up free again. And it doesn't seem right, for a person that did something so cruel and killed another person. So I am against, but we have to do something about this cruelty that we are living right now. So it's a tough question.
Yeah. Thanks, Lucas. Aurelio, please introduce yourself
Yes,
and answer the question,
yes.
please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aurelio. I'm 55 years old. I was born in Italy. I live in Italy. I'm Italian mother tongue. Yes. For this reason, I did the Italian meeting on TALK, but now is in standby because we haven't people that have interesting to speak in Italian. But in the same time, the last week, I started to manage an English meeting always in the same days and in the same time. I'm a normal worker, nothing of special. I have a great passion regarding the technology, the science, and I love to study different languages. I speak in Italian, logically. I speak in English. I speak in Spanish. I speak in Italian language science.
Portuguese too?
No, Portuguese not now. Now the last
Yeah, you are
September I
a good
started to
talker.
study Chinese. Chinese is so difficult, but and I think that the principal rule in my life is never give up. And I started to do the meeting here on Talk and Talk in the 2020. And now I'm so close to the 1,000 meetings in a different languages. It's a great satisfaction for me because in my point of view, Talk and Talk is an incredible place. And that's it regarding my my short presentation. I like to replay to answer the first question because I explain why. Because in the last 2 years here in Italy, the situation is so changed, it's so bad and so difficult because we have a lot of bad people because the Italian lines is not excellent, is a problem for us. And we have a lot of problem. You think that I live in a small town closer to the Milano city. And nowadays, if you have the occasion to go in Milano City, is a problem because it's always the same in the morning or in the night. You can meet a lot of bad person, and is a problem because the policemen don't can manage all these bad situation. And for this reason, I think, yes, depend of the situation. But if the situation is very, very bad, I think that the death penalty should be brought back into use because nowadays is a nightmare here. And unfortunately, the prison system here in Italy is not doesn't run very well. And the bad people doesn't understand that in their action is not good for the society. And I think that this is the best solution to reduce the number of bad people. Because I remember when I was young, many many years ago, it was so difficult. It was so different because you had the opportunity to stay in your house without the necessity to close the doors because the people it was so correct, so honest, and there wasn't all these problems that nowadays we have. And in this way, it's not good. You don't can stay very quiet, very in pace. You stay always in alert because you think these people is not good. I don't like, and is a nightmare. To be honest, I think that is a nightmare, and for this reason, I think it's important to change. Yes, it's not the best way because the life is always so important for the people and for the animals. But in this particular situation, I think that it's so important to have rude rules to resolve the problems. That is,
Okay,
guy.
thanks, Aurelio. Let me introduce myself just a little bit. Well, my name is Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, small city of São Paulo state. São Vicente is the first city of Brazil. I'm married. I have a daughter, and I have two cats. My friends Quindim and Pudim. One of them is a orange cat too, uh, like Daniel, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Uh, well, Aurelio, I don't like to mention a person but that's believe me, I believe that Daniel, Karina, and Lucas agree with me regarding this topic. I believe that Brazil is a little hard, uh, if you compare Italy. So unfortunately, Brazil have 2.5% of the world population, and there are some different researches regarding, but one of one research tell that Brazil have to tell 10% of the crimes, not the crimes, the killers, the murders actually. I forgot the name. So assassins, so, or violently deaths. So 10%, some people used to say, another 12%. I have experience, and I passed a month in Chile, and is near from Brazil, huh? So 3 hours or 4 hours uh, using an airplane. For us, is could be near, but not so much. But for example, if you take a plane to go to the Manaus, for example, you take 6 hours. Brazil is a big country, and it's totally different. For example, it just it's a bullshit for any country of this world, particular, I believe. But for example, I go to the office. Uh, it's a huge building, and I talked with the a person that work on this building, and I would like to talk with a specific person. And oh, I know this person. Uh, he used to stay at the eighth floor. Go ahead. Brazilians know that's a weird situation because in Brazil, the people request ID, take a picture of your face, or a lot of different situations. So, and when I go to the hotel, I use it to work at midnight and come back to my hotel around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. And on this place is a calm, quiet place because there are just offices and some stores. So in this case, around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock is just me on the streets. And when I arrive at the hotel, the guy was in the hall, in the lobby. Is the door is open, and the guy using the earphones and watch a video on the cell phone, and it's totally weird for us Brazilians now because And I request a question for this guy. Oh, is that's okay in your seat? There aren't violence or something. Oh, as Chileans used to say, uh, no, no, hay muita delinquência acá. So it's, oh, but you are just watching a video, don't see me. Oh, I was pay attention. Okay, but the door is open. Yeah, my friend, believe me, it's totally different if you compare Brazil. And the what Aurelio talk regarding the situation is, for example, the Ukrainian-Russian war that are almost 3 years, or 3 years, was that 12,000 people on 3 years. On Brazil, each year was killed around 40,000 people. So it's 3 times more people was killed on Brazil. And Brazil don't have wars. So it's totally crazy, unfortunately. Uh, but I consider myself a pacifist. Uh, but I understand that people don't agree with me. Actually, I respect and understand people agree with death penalty because it's so hard sometimes. I'm a father. My daughter is 15 years old, and the sometimes my daughter sometimes go to not on this year, but uh 3 years ago, around 3 years ago, my daughter studied at a school that's 3 or 4 minutes from my house, and they used to go to went to the school around 10 to 7 normally, and sometimes I feel uh, some I have concern regarding the situation. For example,
Yeah.
my daughter go to the school on this time, at this time, and it's hard, because, for example, when I went around 10 years old, I went to the school alone. uh, So it's totally different. So in this case, the things became worse. So in this case, when you watch this case, Victoria case, is so cruel, and I know that this person probably keep on the jail 10 years. uh, Probably these guys is the first time that commit a crime, and they probably on Brazil have a lot of advantages. So when you guy is commits the first crime, so probably these people became free in 8 years, 12 years. So it's harder to watch this kind of things. So in this case, I against, but I understand one other person feel this way. Oh, I would like to this kind of people was killed, but I know that's not a properly way to solve the situation, but understand. So, please, Karina, could you answer another question? Could it be the number two or another one?
Um, is artificial intelligence a threat to human jobs and society?
Mhm.
Mm, maybe for some jobs, because I think already we have a revolution about AI in these implications. Like in my job nowadays, I am the only person in the CRM specialist position, And when I ask for help to my boss, for example, she said to me to use AI to help me to do some things, like to write communication and things like that. So I think in the future, some jobs exist at all, and you replace and AI you replace them. But I think we can change the way you see we see the work today, and you can change how we use AI to as a how can I say that? Not as a threat, but as a way to improve our jobs and our lifestyle. But I think if at some point it will be like problem, we have to create some political some laws to regulate that, because people need to work to pay the bills. So I think we will find a way, because we have to. Because if AI you do all the jobs possible, we don't have jobs to the people, and the people we don't have money to buy the things, so it's pointless. I think it's this.
Great, Karina. And you, Daniel?
I agree totally with Karina. I agree if you have need to have a clear regulations and policies in the place, but I don't think so. Our jobs are disappears, né? E have is replaced to human jobs, né? I believe que some work is disappearing, né? E, principal the highly repetitive jobs and manual jobs, né? Just like many other jobs have disappearing over the time, and the artificial intelligence will make some jobs obsolete, of course. However, in my opinion, it's essential have the clear regulation, the policies for these changes. For many people don't have jobs, don't have um, uh, uh, mechanisms to pay your bills, né? It, it's a most servers complete work. I believe except high repetitive and the manual jobs is a disappointment, but you have to complement our work. I believe the artificial AI is helping day to day our work. I don't believe it's replace humans job. No, all jobs.
Okay, buddy. Aurelio, please.
Regarding this question is so strange for me, because I working in a company where we need the AI, but unfortunately my boss doesn't like to spend the money for this improvement. And for this reason, I working in a company where we produce and sell the chains, all types of chains, like bicycle chains. But we working in the like in the past with a lot of manuality because my boss don't understand that is so important to improve all tools inside the company, all activities that can help us to go faster regarding the work. In my point of view, the artificial intelligence is a good thing because in this way we can have all the work automatically, more or less is correct, and we can use our free time to enjoy our life because in this way we can stay at home with our family, we can stay very quiet without a problem, and the machine in the company can can work for us, and this is possible only if the company improve his activity with the artificial intelligence, but this situation depend of the owner of the company. In my case, it's a nightmare because we working with the old style, old activity, and this is not good. But it's not my problem. For me, it's important to go at work and at the end of the working day, go back at home and to stay very quiet without this problem. But I think for the next future, I hope the artificial intelligence is a good thing for us regarding the working place and regarding our personal life. That's it, guys.
Okay, Aurelio. Go ahead, Lucas, please.
Yeah, I think AI is a good thing for us today because it can make our jobs and days more productive. But I agree that we don't know the limits yet. We don't know how far it can go, right? How far it can go. We watch some dystopian movies where AI gets a personality and start killing everyone and
Oh yeah,
manipulating things and so on. But I believe we are not close to it yet. And maybe in the future you have to prepare ourselves to deal with a very, very, very intelligent AI.
some
But
people from this world, technology world, have some concerns regarding this situation.
yeah.
The intelligent artificial domain, our will, I don't know.
Yeah, and there are some nice books about it from Isaac Asimov. I don't know if
Yeah,
you know him, but he writes
yeah.
I
Eu robô,
Robot. Yeah, and he
sure.
has some laws about, and it's interesting because I think he's a uh, 19th century guy, as long as I remember,
Mhm.
and it's very interesting. So of course we have some concerns, some insecurities about it, but right now it can make us more productive, and it's an interesting
Yeah,
thing to use in our day by day, in our daily lives.
okay, buddy. Um, I consider a treat particular in Brazil. Uh, yeah, doesn't matter, actually, in certain circumstances, because I believe that the difference, for example, when you talk regarding Europe or United States, uh, yeah, job specific jobs have more relevance. Yeah, I believe, for example, if you are a doctor, okay, but well, normally when I notice some situations, for example, any kind of job, you could receive enough quantity of money and you could survive. For example, oh, you can buy food, you pay rent, and yeah, certainly don't cost any coin, but yeah, you could pay your bills. Unfortunately, in Brazil is different, because it's not necessary. You have to get certain specific jobs, because on these jobs you could earn a certain quantity of money, and this quantity of money is enough to pay your bills. It's not necessary to have an extra job or something like that. And there are a lot of people that you suffer, because it's not unfortunately it's not exactly a problem because of the but is a problem because of Brazil is not have much opportunity, education and the other stuffs. Uh, Guys, someone would like to choose a question? Go ahead. We don't have enough time, I believe, but uh, could be. Let me see. Number 7 is a polemic question now. Lately,
Yeah,
go
it's a
ahead.
polemic question. Let's go.
Number 7, should the rich be taxed more to reduce economic inequality? I'd like to listen Aurelio talking regarding this question, please.
Go ahead.
Yes. To be honest, I'm not a rich person.
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe.
I'm a normal person. But
No,
to be honest, I think
I,
that
I, I don't talk specific about you, Aurelio, but
no,
regarding another person.
no, no. To be honest, I think the social inequality is created by this sick society, and it created by the politician and the big industrialities to reduce the people to slaves. I think that is correct if all people pay the correct tax, like the necessity for the country, the state. But I don't think that is correct that the rich people pay a lot of tax respect to the other, because the rich people work very hard to have a lot of money, and different for us normal people. The problem is, I speak always regarding the Italian situation. The problem is the salary is so low. Is correct to, in my point of view, is correct to improve them like the lifestyle that we have today, because nowadays the the cost of life is so high, but the salary, they are so low, and this is not good, because a lot of family here in Italy have a problem to manage your money to arrive at the end of the month, and this is not good, because many people have a lot of problem, particularly all the family that have a kids that they go at school, because they have a necessity, the books, the notebooks, the pens, and other necessity for study. And I think that we can resolve this problem if our government manage all the money, the tax in a good way. Example, here in Italy, actually, the politician doesn't manage in a good way all the situation in Italy, and this is a great problem for us. I don't think. I think that is good to change our habits, and we search the best way to help all the people. But I don't think that is good that the rich people pay a lot of tax respect a normal people. That's it, guys.
Okay, buddy. Lucas, go ahead, please.
I think it seems fair that rich people are taxed more because here talking about Brazil, we have people who earn one minimum wage, and it's so low that it can't even be enough to buy food and to maintain a house. And it seems kind of unfair that this person, which earns a minimum wage, pays the same amount with that a billionaire guy, just to give an example. So it seems fair that the percentage of taxes grows up in people that are richer. But to be fair, I don't know how to do this in a good way that doesn't makes the rich guys put their money in other countries to get free from the taxes and because it's a option. You can do things like that and reduce the amount of taxes that you pay. So answer objectively, I think it's fair, but I don't know how to do this in a good and sustainable way.
Okay, buddy. Uh, Let me answer. Uh, Actually, I don't consider a polemic question. Uh, I talk from Brazil perspective. Uh, I talk a lot of negative things regarding my country today. But for me, it's normal. For example, you receive 2,200 reais. You don't pay anything. If you receive until 2,800, you are taxed in 7.5%, and uh, these tax are progressive. uh. So, in a certain point, for example, if you receive until four 4,000 and half, you pay 22%. So uh, for me, it's normal. You have a big profit, you pay more taxes. It's normal for me. This kind of situation is weird, in my opinion, because, for example, why the base of the population receive between a minimal salary until 10,000 reais, for example. So there are a progressive taxes. But if you receive more than 20 million reais, your tax is not a progressive. So that's weird in my opinion. Because, for example, this guy, for example, if you are a guy who receive two, I I talk regarding 20 million reais because some people are discussing regarding the pay more tax when reach this quantity of money. So in this case, for example, if the guy receive 20 million reais profit, this guy, for example, wasted uh, 100,000 reais, and the another part, for example, uh, 80 million reais, this guy investing in certain investments on Brazil don't pay taxes. So that's weird in my opinion. Is what's mean? This guy don't pay not so much tax if you compare another guy. For example, a person that receive a minimal salary have to waste all of the money, and the one day, for example, this guy buy a food or another thing, this guy receive a bite, a lion bite on your salary before you receive the lion bite a part of this salary. And when this guy have to pay for food and other services, he had to pay another part of the tax. So in this case, that's weird in my opinion. So because why this person have opportunity to invest a lot of money and they don't pay tax, and me, another person, have to pay more tax than this guy? So I don't know. I needed to receive more information, study a little more, but in my opinion, it's a little weird. Please, Karina, go ahead.
Mm, um, here in Brazil is unbelievable how unequal is
I I
the
couldn't agree more.
population uh, in this way. But I don't know if can be a solution, because right now we already have some examples that very rich and famous people that don't pay the taxes, the taxes. So I think if with with the government try to tax more the rich people, they you find some way to not pay the amount, like to send the money abroad, or um, find a way to don't pay at all, because I
Uh-huh.
think when you have a lot of money, you can um, you have the influence to not pay the amount of money to taxes. When when you are poor, or you have a little amount of money, you have to pay. I don't know. I think it's not a solution at all. I don't know how it can works if the government apply this political this law. I don't know if in the reality you have this.
Great, Karina. Danielle, please.
I agree with you, Ricardo, and uh, of course, it's making no sense to be a ultra rich billionaires while so many people don't having food to eat. For me, no. So in Brazil, mas in many places, don't have it, other taxes for super rich. Super rich, and I don't have it. I don't know see if the word is I see on this study, and the two-thirds of the world population, uh, one small uh, percent of the people have two-thirds of the population in the world have concentrated the 1% of the population. Two-thirds of the world wealth is concentrated in the just 1% of the population. Isso dá absurdo level of inequality, né? Então, and the only way for me is the balance. I have to balance it these things is taxing the great fortune. That the great fortunes are, but for me, I don't know the operational uh, uh, this way. But I agree that great fortunes have the more taxes, right? Principalmente in the countries in the Brazil, India, China, for example, is necessary. For me, is my opinion. I agree.
Okay, Danielle, thanks. Let me say goodbye from people for YouTube. Bye bye.